Let us give a round of applause for CAKKA 2017.
A group of Buddhist fellowship came together to conceive the concept of CAKKA Forum about 8 months ago. The logo of today's forum, the CAKKA, it symbolizes turning the wheel of our daily practice of the Dhamma. And to begin turning the wheel, we have invited 5 distinguished venerable across all 3 Buddhist traditions to talk about the importance of what you let into your mind.
CAKKA, this term, which is originally written in Pali, means the way of the law and refers to Dhamma. Today, the CAKKA Forum provides a good platform for all who wish to learn more and practice about Buddhism.
Some of you here today have volunteered your time over the past few months to organize the CAKKA, this event. And you have all come together with one common aim in mind, which is to create a platform that would allow others to learn and to find ways to improve the quality of your lives. And this is highly commendable. As we serve and volunteer in the community and extend a helping hand to those in need around us, we continue to be more selfless and look out for one another. And when we are able to move away from focusing on I and myself and move towards we and the people around us, we are slowly building a more compassionate and caring society. And when we convince more of our friends to come on board, it can indeed have a transformative effect on society as a whole. So never underestimate the power of an individual's effort, and no individual is too small to make a difference.
But the Buddha 2,600 years ago had already done this and utilized this approach to solve our problems when he tailored his teachings not by dogma, but via a problem-based approach in helping us cope with the realities and difficulties of everyday life. He insisted that each and every one of his students must see the truths of life for themselves, for it is only then that they are able to internalize it and utilize it. We gather here this morning with that same purpose, to look at the common problems that afflict all of us and how the Buddha Dharma is able to help us.
I still believe that to continue our progress, as Singaporeans, point of view, I think my point of view, I believe that respect, gratitude is the most important thing for us to proceed the peaceful living in this tiny island.
When I was young, I thought you had to be successful first and happiness would come afterwards. And then modern psychology started teaching us that no, be happy first. Enjoy your profession, your job, your career, and then success will inevitably follow. But then I realized both were wrong, that happiness is success. Success is happy. So if you are happy, well done, you are successful. And of course we all have to make many, many decisions in our life. And often that we spend so much time making decisions in business, or in government, in monasteries, that sometimes by the time that the decision has been made, we've got no energy left to actually affect that decision. And to these days, I say that please, just make the decision quickly. It's more important what you do after you've made the decision than spending too much time worrying on which is the right decision or the wrong decision. In other words, you make the decision right after you've made it, not before.
But why are we self-centered? A show of hands, how many of you know that the person next to you is hungry? Yeah, I thought so. No one knows. Yeah, everybody knows that when we are hungry, isn't it? And perhaps that's why, because we can only feel how we feel. Yeah? So it's hard for us to empathize for others. But then we learn. Gradually we learn. We learn to read signs. When people's face growl and when they keep showing up the sign, yeah, we learn. But the trouble is that it's not an easy process. So in Buddhism, we say, instead of having the self-cherishing attitude, we move away from that to cherish others as well.
To be successful, you need other people. You cannot set up a company and work just for yourself. You need other people, at least your customers. But the first message I would like to put to you is, as a Buddhist, don't feel guilty for being successful. If you are successful in your business, you pay more taxes. That means your contribution is everywhere. In the hospital, where Dr. Wong works, you are there. In the school, in the university, good university like this, your contribution is there. In the good road, in the many trees, like in Singapore, for the last 23 years, I have seen the changes since I have been coming to Singapore. In every tree, there's your contribution. But the more you are successful, the more contribution you make.
Actually, your view affects the perspective of your world. In fact, ontologically, whatever is there outside is different, but what matters is phenomenologically how we perceive it and how we react towards that. That is the most fundamental. And what Buddha has taught 2,600 years back is all about changing our mind, changing our perspective in order to change our life and to change the life of society.
We always will face a challenge. Then at the same time, we always think that my way or no way. So I want to share with all is that as I now grow older, what the Dharma really teach me and changed my life is I starting to accept your way, my way, every way.
Life is not about suffering. Dharma is about helping us to see, I would say, suffering in clearer way, so that when we are able to see suffering in a clearer way, we gain the wisdom to gain hope from suffering.
In essence, what is Dharma about? It is about abandoning, eradicating all the unwholesome, and cultivate what is really good and helpful. But that is not enough. Go beyond that to purify one's own mind. When the mind is purified, one's speech and conduct, like being respectful towards others, respectful towards aging and death, and also don't badmouth. All these things will happen naturally if we remember the Buddha's mantra.
Anyone have not sit for an exam before? I think definitely all have. And quite naturally, after we have actually gone through the examination, we always worry about the results. Then one day, luckily, I learned fast enough to say that actually, what I can do, what I can influence, is only during the period pre the examination. Anything after the examination, I can't do anything. I can't influence anything. So when we say we let it go, we must be very clear to understand that at the end of the day, if you look at it, the fact is clear that you have done your part, and after that, there's nothing much you can really consider.
A show of hand, how many of you actually wake up every morning going to work saying that you could make your colleagues happy at work? No, Ajahn Brahm, he was firmly with his hand up earlier. No, that just by that, I mean, it's not abnormal. If very few of us wake up in the morning going to work saying that you could make your colleague happy, then let's be contented. You will never expect yourself to be made happy by somebody else in the workplace. So then why complain that the workplace is such a place that you don't feel happy with? So a lot of time over at the workplace, what creates a tension, what creates unhappiness, sometimes comes from the anger. And the anger can come from frustration, can come from many different things. Now the question is, firstly, can we manage to anger ourselves at the workplace? Are you also the most pleasant person to work with? Or if not, then how do we look inward and then subsequently try to understand the other anger that your colleagues may have brought with them to work?
When you look at the sea, and as the sea moves towards the shore, you see waves forming. Now if you stare at the wave and think if you are the wave, as the wave rises, we will see that the wave is getting happier and happier as it becomes higher and higher, because it sees itself as the wave. And as it approaches the shore and it breaks, it starts to feel unhappy because that is the end of its life. So when the wave rises, it sees I arise, and when it falls and it hits the shore, it says I'm gone. But if you take a deeper look, or if the wave were to take a deeper look at itself, it has never arisen and it has never fallen, because deep inside them, or deep inside the wave, he is water, and the water never changes.
So how has Dhamma changes me? Simply put, it answers the question why and how, and actually also what. So many of my friends who know me in medical school and as a medical doctor and all that knows that I was a drifter. And like 1999, when you're really, really down, that's when I went for meditation practice and retreat and so on. And so now, looking back, no longer drifting, it's become steady. Why? Because there's a purpose.
How Dhamma changed my life? I would say, tokang kane kane, little by little from time to time. It didn't give me a very huge change. Suddenly get inspired, suddenly what you call overcome big crisis. But if we practice Dhamma consistently, it will have a great effect. And every day when we make choices based on the principles of Dhamma, it's going to alter the course of our life little by little. By certain degrees, even if by just 1 degree every day, in 3 months' time, we will find ourselves, instead of traveling north, now we are going east.
To begin purifying your mind, it starts with having compassion to yourself. Because in any relationship, whenever there are difficulty, as what you have heard today, we always tend to look at the others. But if one begins to have compassion oneself, and with that compassion, you overcome the anger with yourself, then you begin to see the pain and suffering of the other person that caused the tension in the relationship.